been knew that was phony. I been knew that. Bitch, I see what lonely. See little pot of red gold. Talk 9-5 to the cold, bitch.
Yo, today about to be reacting to the Ja Morant news is wild. Now, this literally just popped up. It's like 12 hours ago, so I ain't seen nothing on the media about anything that happened. I don't know if he got stuff going on the court or off the court, but we about to find out together. Let's see, man.
The Grizzlies are delusional. For some reason, they wait until Trae Young gets traded for pennies, then they tell Shams, well, for the first time...
Okay, so it's on the court. Yeah, I don't agree with that Trae Young trade. They could have got way more. Washington, they could have got a couple picks out of that and all that. That's crazy.
Are entertaining offers to potentially move Ja Morant ahead of the deadline. Also, I guess sell low, move on Ja. No! Rival executives believe the Grizz would prioritize draft picks and young players in return. What draft picks and young players? Remember, Trae got traded for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. And you want Dylan Harper and to pick? You think the Grizz are like, Trae got traded for pennies, so never mind on that Shams tweet. Do not call Shams. No, they were like, make our move now.
Really? Honestly, though, if Ja Morant was to get traded, where do y'all think that he would go? Me personally, I'm going to say, it'll be nice to have him on the Bucks, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like a team like maybe the Nets gonna pick him up, maybe the Brooklyn Nets. Who else would want to pick up Ja or need to pick up Ja? Oh, if the Celtics pick him up, that's dangerous. No, they ain't gonna pick him up. They good. They winning. Who could possibly pick up Ja Morant? I don't know.
Since it's like if a house in your neighborhood sold for like $200K and you have the exact same house and you want $1 million. Good luck with that. Oh, but they might not have a choice because ESPN's Michael Wright reports Ja already telling people he is done playing for Memphis.
Really?
And that backs up what KD was saying, talking trash to Ja's dad a while ago. So teams might be crazy to get him, but somehow several teams
hey, that edge like wine, didn't it? That's great.
Have already been mentioned.
No,
Shams
that edge like milk, didn't it? There.
And a list of 5 potential squads for Ja Morant. So which ones are actually realistic? Well, we got here because early this season, Ja was suspended by the Grizz for throwing his coach under the bus to the media. But I am just days away from my Christmas present coming through. I got tickets to Rockets Thunder here in
Houston. Good for you, bro, boy. Good for you. That's good pickup.
You can see the fact.
Why I get triggered when someone gives me unsolicited advice. When I was younger, it came mainly from
timeouts like a 12-year-old who makes 40.
Back to this.
Lost to the Lakers, Ja was pouting on the court, and timeouts like a 12-year-old who makes $40 million.
According to them, probably don't play me, honestly. That's what basically.
To be fair, Ja, you did play like shit that game. Let's be real. That's the one time I'm gonna cuss this video. You played like shit. Yes, you shot like 3 for... I don't know what you shot for, bro. That was a terrible
after the game, the coach called Ja out in front of his teammates.
Like
this guy, Tomas Isolo, is from Europe and brought a unique style to America. Real quick, this is his philosophy on dealing with diva players in front of the entire team.
You're holding us back. You can choose to behave in this way. You're hurting all of us, you know? So you're not responsible to me. I'm just telling you that this is how the other guys feel about you.
So, oh yeah, Ja gotta get up out of there. They might send him to the Hawks. Who knows? But yeah, it's either you get the coach or Ja. And it looked like they banking on the coach. So if they get rid of Ja, this coach better deliver. If he don't deliver, then the Grizzlies made possibly one of the biggest mistakes of their life. Let's be real, bro. Getting rid of that all-star.
Okay, but everybody here knows it, and we just tackled everything head on. You know, we started like saying like, okay, let's just be brutally honest.
Right.
What's the worst thing that can happen?
Well, the worst that can happen is that the star player turns on the coach, and then the team has to choose the coach or the player. Side note:
I was literally just saying this. Am I like a? I got it up there, boy.
This is not Europe, okay?
And
with
they're
dudes who
literally
couldn't
choosing the coach. Like I said, if the coach doesn't deliver, then Grizzlies
NBA had their egos
F-word.
smashed. These guys are at the top. Ja's a superstar in Memphis, sells 1 million shoes. The guy who responds to that would be like, a mature professional. Not the guy who does a gun gesture after being suspended
20. Oh, this was
for
okay.
guns. So that approach didn't work with Ja. Shocker. But Ja was mad for a specific reason. And this speaks to his trade value. So Ja broke out really in 2022, his 3rd year in the league. People forget, number 2 pick, big plays. But he won most improved player in 2022. That year, he had big plays and dunks, but scored 27 a game because it was all about him. The offense was built around Ja, and he made All-Star in 22 and...
Where could Ja go where the offense would be built around him? What team is absolute butt cheeks right now? What team is bad right now? Everybody been hooping lately, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the Nets is the only
but then fine in the West, and his whole career imploded. Ja started getting suspended and injured every other game. Literally, he has missed 50% of the game since. So the Grizz created a new offense slightly away from Ja Morant. They were like, we love you.
Yeah, that's a wise decision, Grizzlies. That's a very
we can't depend on you. So Coach Taylor Jenkins hired Noah LaRoche and this ISO-heavy offense away from pick and roll, which made Ja so mad that Jenkins eventually got fired. This year, Isolo has a unique sub-pattern that Ja hates for his minutes, and the result is one of the worst seasons of Ja Morant's life. The man is scoring just 19 points a game with 3 boards and 8 dimes.
Okay, look though, 19 points. That ain't bad, but for Ja Morant, he could definitely do better. Let's be real. He could do better. He could be like 24, 25. But also with the field goal percentage, no, the 3-point percentage, that's what's killing you, my boy. 21% from the 3. Nigga, Draymond is shooting better than you this year. Giannis is shooting better than you this year. No, that's all I'm saying.
A lot of that can be explained by low minutes at just 28 per game.
Giannis shooting the 3 better than you. Come on, bro.
But look again. His efficiency is terrible. 40% from the field, 21% from 3.
Yeah.
Minutes don't create that. And the turnovers, almost 4 a game. This is god-awful basketball. Now again, he blames this on the coach. But it appears that the team is choosing the coach over the star. So what happens next? Well, Trae Young has set the market now, but there are differences between Trae and Ja. Trae returned Atlanta just CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert, but he has a player option for $49 million, which he might turn down for a lesser number. Ja, on the other hand, is locked in for an extra guaranteed year. Now it's
who got the salary cap to cover this mess? Man.
the Supermax. In fact, it's kind of manageable with a guy of his status, but his status and reality aren't the same. Trainers are both small, ball-reliant, and inefficient, except Ja even more so. I mean, this year bad from 3, that's normal. So what kind of team does Ja need? Well, he needs shooters to space the floor for him, especially because he likes to score at the rim. He also needs good defense.
Imagine if this would be a terrible pickup for the Warriors. Warriors, do not do this. But imagine if the Warriors traded Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, Pods, and a couple picks for Ja Morant. Hell, man.
There's around him to make up for his lack of D. He's like the opposite of a...
The Warriors need a big.
Or Kawhi, where you're like, oh, he can fit on any team. No, Ja needs like a specific roster around him. It's like a high maintenance type player. And he's got maturity issues. What kind of team wants that? Well, several have popped up. First, who's out? Well, Kelly Eco, legit reporter, says, hey, Rockets not interested. Oh, okay. Thank you. Right away, they were like, nope, we're good on Ja. Just letting you know, buddy. Then this guy, Evan Sidery, says the Bucks are a team to monitor for Ja Morant as they remain all in on building.
Hey, I did say that, bro. I did say that. Either the Bucks or the Nets. That is crazy.
An immediate winner around Giannis Antetokounmpo. Okay, a couple of things wrong with this. First, who is Evan Sidery? No offense, but I clicked on his page. It says NBA reporter. Not for anyone, just for himself, apparently. The one link here is to a YouTube page with nothing on it. Then you go back to the tweet. He says the Bucks are a team to monitor. Not based on reporting, just based on a hunch. Then he starts saying, oh, they include Ryan Rollins.
They're not trading Ryan Rollins. Maybe Bobby Portis for sure Kuzma, but they not trading Ryan Rollins for no Ja Morant. Ryan Rollins, he probably about to get most improved player this year. They're not about to trade no Ryan Rollins. I think they hesitant on trading Bobby Portis. He consistent. Yeah, no, that ain't working.
2031 pick talks would escalate. How do you know that? Have you talked to the Bucks? Like Kelly Iko reached out to the Rockets. No, it's wild speculation from a guy who calls himself an NBA reporter. Again, no offense. I'm sure Evan's a nice guy. Maybe he didn't mean it this way, but when you call yourself a reporter and then you post something like this, it makes it look like official information, but it's not. The Bucks would be a horrible fit for Ja Morant. He doesn't shoot threes. Giannis doesn't space the floor. Giannis, by the way, really likes the ball in his hands. And Giannis and Dame.
That ain't working with Ja. They gonna clog the paint. Especially with Giannis shooting the better three than Ja Morant. That's not gonna work, bro.
Didn't work. How do you think Giannis and Ja Morant would go?
It's not gonna
so
work.
Cross the Bucks off the list. Who is realistic? Well, 29 teams said no to Trey for a rock bottom price. Who says yes to Ja? Well, 2 point guard needy teams, I guess, would be Minnesota and the Kings. Both teams are looking for a playmaker to set the table.
Minnesota?
Hypothetically, the Kings have assets. Sacramento has a ton of picks and a guy like Keon Ellis who's the same age as Ja. So Kings get Ja and John Conchar for salary. Grizz get Zach LaVine for salary, Keon Ellis, and a 2027 first. Now,
I don't think I like that trade.
Minnesota, Anthony Edwards is looking for a backcourt mate after Rob Dillingham hadn't panned out. But what about a truly desperate team, the LA Clippers? They've got a couple of young guys getting minutes right now to deal. So Clips get Ja Morant, Grizz get John Collins, Bogdan Bogdanovic for salary, Jordan Miller, Kobe Sanders, and a 2032 first. But the Clips cannot afford to send another first-round pick. And if that's what the Grizzlies really want, this doesn't work. Plus, James Harden would be a terrible fit. So I think the Grizzlies are a bit delusional if they expect
like
picks and a young player after what we just saw Trae Young go for. But in the midst of all of this, Shams quietly tweeted out later, oh, by the way, the Grizzlies also remain open to continue with Morant as the focal point of their retool. Oh, how convenient. Actually, they don't have another choice. Except now, they have pissed off Ja, who reposted, hey, don't expect loyalty from someone in survival mode. Indeed. Using social media like a middle school kid. So great, this is just a nasty situation that is not getting better anytime soon. But what about that Trae Young trade? Well, I did a...
Man, I don't know, man. It's getting real shaky, but I guess we'll know by February 5th. I guess the Kings make sense, but I feel like he's going to go to somewhere like the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? What they got? Kevin Porter Jr.? I don't know, bro. Only time shall tell. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Where do y'all think Ja will end up? In case you next year, the next one. Yes, sir.